My name is Evie Robinson, and in this presentation, I'll be covering the global goal of quality education. First, we're going to look at two of the targets that I chose to focus on for this presentation. Target 1 is free primary and secondary education. Focusing on socioeconomics for this target of free primary and secondary education, children from low socioeconomic status families are less likely to have experiences that encourage the development of fundamental skills of reading acquisition, such as phonological awareness, vocabulary, and oral language. In the graph to the left, it shows the socioeconomic status and the levels of education that they were able to receive. You can see the discrepancies between the lower socioeconomic status and the higher socioeconomic status and the level of degrees that they end up getting. Target 2 is builds and upgrades inclusive and safe schools. I focused on the inclusivity of genders in education. When faced with a boy and a girl of the same race and socioeconomic status who performed equally as well on math tests and whom the teacher rated equally as well in behaving and engaging in school, the teacher still rated the boy as more mathematically able, an alarming pattern that replicated in separate data set covered over a decade later. I also included a quote from Malala about how education is a right for everyone and is not a crime. Next, we will be exploring what is quality education and why it is important. So why? We should care for 4 reasons. First being care by looking at the effects of COVID-19 has had on our education system and student performance. Next being the large amount of students that fell below median proficiency in 2020. Also, even before the pandemic, the amount of students who were falling behind in literacy and math. Finally, the amount of adults, specifically women, who remained illiterate in 2016. You may ask, what is quality education? Well, quality education is defined as ensuring inclusive and equitable education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all. There are 4 categories of discrepancies in education that I focused on during this project, those being gender discrimination, the effects of the global pandemic, socioeconomic status discrepancies, and the effects of war and conflict on education. These show on 2 different levels, the global and local levels. On the global level, the recent data has shown that students are more enrolled in education, but the issue is still the quality of the education that students are receiving globally. On the local education level, I'm focusing on Bowling Green, Kentucky. Bowling Green is home to over 10,000 immigrants from over 30 countries. Due to this, there is a high need for supports in ELL and ESL students. Understanding and interpreting this knowledge is important to the project and goal. First, I wanted to go over the Google form that was given to 19 participants. Many had strong opinions and care about the quality of education for all. Using this Google form, I was able to gauge the knowledge and feelings of the participants based on the topic of quality education. Many participants see that there's an issue globally for countries to succeed. There needs to be an adequate quality education provided to the students. And then I wanted to go ahead and show this video. This video So as you can see from that video, we are able to kind of see the effects that education can have on everyone and especially women. So next is the advocacy and quality for education and the steps that the individual can take. Based on the PSA video I created and displayed on my site, you can make a difference locally. There are many different steps that you can take to make the change. I also collected feedback on how this PSA was likely to persuade the viewer and take action on their community. Overall, quality education is important to our societies and has an effect on everyone.